the 1,000th player to be capped by England tonight, starts a full international for the first time. Webb for Glenn Hoddle is one of 5 changes from the team beaten in West Germany, and one of 6 from the England lineup held to a 0-0 draw in Turkey in April, when Shilton, Butcher and Beardsley were all injured. Turkey field 8 of the men who played that day. Their team is mainly drawn from the champions and league leaders Galatasaray, where their manager Mustafa Denizli is the coach. But number 2 Rezar and number 6 Ali both play for Besiktas, where Gordon Milne is now coaching. The referee is Dutchman Albert Thomas, with 2 linesmen from Holland, but this is the last international for the man in charge of the officials, FA referees secretary Reg Payne, who retires shortly. The news from Sarajevo means that England have not just got to win here tonight, that's the first priority, but they must go for goals. There was a first touch for Neil Webb, and this is number 7, Uğur for Turkey. England's plan to attack down the 2 flanks with Barnes on the left and Trevor Steven on the right. But number 10, Erdal for the Turks. Here's Barnes. Kenny Sansom. Number 8, Mohamed. Erhan. Mohamed again. Trevor Steven with the early ball. That's Gary Lineker. Adams. Webb. Steven. It's got to come back to Stevens. Oh, a nice ball. And Webb. Changed direction there. Oh, and Barnes came in. What a start for England. Only a minute gone. John Barnes. But Neil Webb starts an international for the first time in great style and deservedly gets congratulations. He thought about the obvious ball and played a better one. Here he is now. He could have gone right to Trevor Steven, but he went the other way and played a killer ball, really, and Barnes came in to score his first goal for England for nearly 3 years, in fact, since we won 8-0 in Istanbul against Turkey. Offside against Lineker. Iskender, number 11. Well, just the start that Bobby Robson would have wanted. Erdal, Kayhan. So often at Wembley we've had to batter away for ages before we've seen a goal, and tonight in the first attack, Webb delivers the cross. Lineker dived first, but Barnes finished comfortably. Now Butcher. Sansom's made a run down the left. Lineker just inside him, number 10. Webb's made a run forward now. Here's Beardsley. Stevens. Steven. Tackle was by Ali Choban, number 4, who was a fierce competitor, to say the least, in the first match. He was booked for a tackle then on Lineker, and now his victim is Trevor Steven, who's rolling around in agony after being caught on the ankle. Trevor Steven trying to go outside his man, who took him quite unashamedly. Steven selected because of the injury basically to Chris Waddle, and now he himself is being carried off. So England will be down to 10 for the moment. It's a free kick, by the way, was not given. This is a corner to be taken by Barnes. And in goes Butcher, hooked away only as far as Webb. And Iskender with Rezar going outside him. There are 2 making forward runs. One of them is offside. Only just, I would have thought. That was a marginal decision against Uğur. So Attention for Trevor Stephen from the two physios there. Here's Uğur for Turkey. Number 10 is Erdal. Offside. Well, Bobby Robson, who must have been lifted by the start, but then has had to come down to the bench immediately from his seat in the stand because of the injury to Trevor Stephen. Butcher. There goes Lineker, marked by Semir, the number 3. That's a man-to-man plan by the Turks. Giving it away, Sansom. Oh, and Lineker! 2-0! England are 2 up in 8 minutes. And Lineker extends still further his goal record for Bobby Robson. And Kenny Sansom takes the credit. It was a bad pass out, but his reaction was instant, and so was Lineker's. Forward by Ali to Uğur. Now Reza. Terry Butcher for England. Ryan Robson motoring forward from the middle of the field. Got Lineker out left. Here's Stevens. Webb did that beautifully. And the ball is for Lineker, who's missed it, possibly hampered slightly by an injury. He got a minute or two ago there, Gary Lineker. He wasn't at full throttle when that pass came from Neil Webb, but what a good ball it was by the lad playing his first full game in midfield tonight. Again, prepared to go at them and play a lovely little pass in there. He was onside, but Gary Lineker's finishing for once was off-key.
I'm really pleased to see Webb start off so well, because we all know what flair he's got, and he's able tonight to show his awareness. He's sliding the balls forward very, very early and able to set the front players free very quickly.
Uğur. Iskender. Switch wings now. Trevor Stevens tackle. Oh, got it back from Lineker nicely. Now there are England players moving across the line. Here's Robson. In fact, there are 5 up with him. And Neil Webb's made another forward run. Uğur for Turkey. Ali. Stephen got a foot in. Beardsley. Barnes to his right. Still Beardsley. Here's Barnes, real chance. Yes. John Barnes gets his second and England's third. Fakir exposed again. And with 28 minutes gone, here's the third one. Beardsley made it beautifully, drew the 2 defenders, out to Barnes. Lovely finish inside, in fact, off the near post. 2 for John Barnes. And here he is in the inside right position. Good, fluid movement in the England attack. And clipped in. Tony Adams. Lineker, oh, that's nicely done, and it's Webb who's furthest forward again. Here's Beardsley, shooting chance perhaps, yes there is, for Peter Beardsley. Well, rather like Lineker earlier, he just screwed that across Fakir's goal. But we could be 5 up now, really, when you think of the 2 openings that haven't been taken. He certainly made the space well there, Beardsley, and the keeper did come at him. Just nice touch to get past the last man, and then rather a long way round and just wide. Reza. Uğur. Erdal. Savaş. Mohamed. Good move this by Turkey. This is Savaş. Erhan's joined the attack. And Peter Shilton has had to make two very alert saves in this first half. That one from Erhan, well struck and tipped over. There's room for England to manoeuvre in both the middle of the field and further forward. Here's Sansom with 5 others up with him. One of them is Barnes again here. And just too long for Webb. And one back at once by Sansom. This is Stephen. England really peppering Turkey here. Trevor Stephen shooting from 25 yards. Three minutes left in the first half and 3 goals for England to enthuse over and hopefully improve on. Robson. Lineker's touch. Robson. Webb. Now Barnes. Sansom again makes a run from left back. Not covered. Robson's there, and he's still there, and Beardsley's also there, and Lineker must, and does. Turkey flat out for the count, and England make it 4. Brian Robson's presence in the penalty area important here. He made the opening, the goalkeeper missed it, Beardsley crossed, Lineker's first shot scrambled away, the second one true to form in the back of the net. 43 minutes gone, Lineker 2, Barnes 2, England 4, Turkey 0. And the goal difference improves still further, and we must be conscious of that. So England lead 4-0 at half-time. And here with his thoughts on that 45 minutes is Terry Venables.
Well, I think we can now do what the England players are going to do, and that is to thoroughly enjoy the rest of the game.
Glenn Hoddle is in the action after all. He's come on as a substitute in place of Trevor Stephen, who's still suffering from that knock on the ankle early in the game. And Turkey have also made a change, or a second change actually, at the start of the second half. Number 15, Tanju, has come on in place of number 9, Kayhan. But what hasn't changed, of course, is the score, which stands at 4-0 to England. And the incentive is there to get more. Here's Beardsley. By comparison, 4-0 was the score with which Yugoslavia beat Turkey in their home match in Split last year. Here's Iskender, looking for number 2, Razar. That was Savash. Barnes running back with Razar and concedes a corner. Razar trying to get the ball in. It's away by Barnes. Erhan. Tanju. And there's no fear of a drought here tonight in any respect, because the monsoon conditions are being maintained, as you can see. Adams and Beardsley facing the kicker. Oh, and Webb. Oh, and it just possibly got a little touch there as it went through. I'm not so sure that Brian Robson wasn't in the middle of that. Neil Webb drove it, but I think it may have touched Brian Robson before it went in. Just watch this again. It comes out to Webb. He strikes it. Little flick from Robson, was it? It's 5-0 anyway. Now, behind the goal, we'll get a much clearer idea. Just keep your eye on number 7, Brian Robson. That's his goal. Terry Venables pointing out there was also possibly a player offside, and there was a protest from Turkey, but the goal stands, and Robson must take the credit because his touch there definitely changed the direction of the ball. 59 minutes gone, 5-0. The England captain in the right place. Still, it's nice for Neil Webb. He's played a significant part in 2 of the goals. Here's Beardsley. They're closing in from the far side. Barnes. Oh, just over. Terry Venables.
Well, I think it's just lifted the game again. I think, as you quite rightly said, John, the game went down a notch or 2 earlier on, but it's picked up well again, and they're back on their game. It's nice to see Neil Webb again in the goals, as you say.
Just floated by John Barnes over the top. Hoddle. Oh, good ball, he's onside. Lineker. Now there's 2 waiting to help him. And Robson was waiting for a pullback. He tried to find Beardsley, actually. Very unselfish by Gary Lineker. But it's going well, isn't it? 5-0 as Barnes prepares to take the corner. Here's Hoddle. Stevens shoots. Oh, and the goalkeeper lucky to see that squirt away from Lineker. Well, Fatir here pushed the ball out, and there were 3 England players, but the ball went off at an angle. Robson. Yes, Lineker. Hoddle. Beardsley. Brilliant. Whatever the opposition, that's a quality goal at the end of an excellent England build-up. Hoddle floated it in, and Beardsley flicked it with his head into the net for number 6. So, look at the little back heel there, beautifully done. Hoddle chips it in, Beardsley with the flying header. 42,500, by the way, is the official attendance here tonight. On a very bad night. Iskender. Savage to Tanju. Offside flag was up. Yes, he hadn't scored since the match against Paraguay in the World Cup, Peter Beardsley, for England, that is, of course. So he's ended that particular drought. I think 1 or 2 of the England players, stung by the criticism after the West Germany defeat, have just dug in a bit tonight as Robson plays the ball through to Lineker, and Lineker has scored another hat-trick for England. Robson supplied the pass, which bisected the defence, and Lineker has written his name all over another England performance. 71 minutes gone, Brian Robson drills the ball through, perfectly delivered, and there are no better finishers in world football, surely, than Lineker in that position. Number 2, Reserve. Ooh. Barnes to Regis. And Barnes wins it back. If he could get it across the other way, there are players free. Via Robson, perhaps. Into Webb, it can go out again to Hoddle. Now Gary Stevens. And Hoddle. And Webb this time. Well, the man who came in scores from a pass by the man he initially replaced. Neil Webb, in his first full game for the England team, volleying home beautifully that cross from Glenn Hoddle. So he's on the right end here of another very good England move. Gary Stevens to Glenn Hoddle, going for the line, and there won't be a happier man tonight than Neil Webb, and what a good volley that was. It's made it 8-0 with just 2 minutes to go. So we have matched the score against Turkey in Istanbul, and it's the best England Wembley performance since we put 9 past Luxembourg. And Semi nearly made it 9 tonight with that deflection. Well, I think quite a few people might think that was the pick of the bunch, that 8th goal. Lovely example by Neil Webb there to young players as to how to get over the ball with a terrific volley. There's Lineker, but he won't reach that. And I'm sure his proud father up in the stand will have enjoyed that one. So into stoppage time. Webb. This is Stevens. Savash. Erdal. Tanju. Reserve. Ooh. Erdal trying to dribble his way through. Glenn Hoddle back there. Robson. Well, England had Turkey bending over in the first few seconds, and they then administered 8 strokes of the cane. 3 from Gary Lineker. The last one from Neil Webb. 2 from John Barnes.